Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a great start to your Tuesdays here. Finn 2DS, 2D2S. We've got Loki's Horns. Good damage, good tiers, good movement speed, decent shot speed to start with, and the Dead Sea Scrolls, which I'm not going to be using, obviously, but Loki's Horns are going to shoot out the multi-directional tier, as you see, in every which direction. And the Dead Sea Scrolls, it does do random spacebar item things, but it's usually not good things. It can sometimes be good, but it can also be bad. It can cause damage to you and do some wacky things in not fun ways, and you gotta be careful with that. So, especially with us starting off with only 3 soul hearts, that means that any damage that we incur is going to be permanent until we get a little bit of help here. So, but not a bad start. We're also starting off with the stem cell, which it does give us a little bit of red heart healing when we go to the next floor, I believe. But yeah, without us having a red heart container, that's pretty much bad. Yo, this red champion's legitimately trying to go after us. Yeah. So, not too bad. We'll take it. So, hopefully everyone's Tuesday's been going well. See, look at this. Nice, concise first floor here. Nothing crazy. Not a big, long, giant first floor. We didn't have to go searching for the rooms. You know, everything right here, you know? If our first floors could be like this on every single run, we'd have no complaints. We get Halo of Flies, which is a very good defensive item for us. It also counts towards the Beelzebub transformation. We can't buy anything in the shop, but we can go look. Yeah, well, there wasn't anything in there. Charge Baby's fine, but starting off this, it's already kind of a worrying sign here that our first shop is a 1 premium item only run, or shop, so hopefully that doesn't spark a trend here. We got the Necronomicon from the Dead Sea Scrolls. That was a nice little positive here to start it off. It does deal a little bit of damage to Baby Plum here. Now our shot speed is right at the speed where it's not going to cause too many problems with clown physics and jostle physics and stuff. So as long as it's not over 1.0, we're fine. Oh wow, we get back-to-back HP upgrades. We'll go ahead and take that for sure. We got on last week's question of the episode coming in from Riono Testified, who said, question of the episode, have you ever tried Marked with mouse controls? My jaw dropped when I realized that an item I used to hate became one of my most favorite ways to play Isaac. Completely changed how I see the item. I'd love to see it as a Wacky Wednesday episode, even if it's not that wacky. So this might be a fun fact for some people out there who haven't been watching my Isaac series or my channel for very long. In the base version of Isaac, so the Flash version of Isaac, I used to exclusively play with mouse controls. And that was because I just gotten used to it from a game called Super Amazing Wagon Adventure. And then I was really shocked and then surprised and happy that Isaac could also be played with mouse controls. So I was like, cool. And then I was absolutely horrified that when Rebirth came out, there was no mouse controls at all. So I had to completely change the way that I played Isaac forever. And yeah, and then I never went back. So I have played with mouse controls with Marked before, and it's definitely, oh my goodness. Okay, June. All right now, hang on now. It's Telepathy from Dummies from Dead Sea Scrolls too, which is great with Loki's Horns. But yeah, I have played with mouse controls and Marked. It's just, I'm not a big fan of Marked in general. I think everybody knows that. It causes more problems than it solves just because it can be a little bit jarring for you to try to change directions of your shots. We got Book of Belial here. But you know, Marked is just, it's just a flavor, a player flavor item. It's an acquired taste, is what I'm trying to say in a really stupid way. And I can tell you that I don't like it. Doesn't taste good. Tastes like sadness. Like vegetables. So we got a lot of firepower here in the last floor. Tammy's head. We still got some damage on Dingle. Wow, okay. So you're talking about there's no jostle physics and then that happens. Got some money here, so we now have enough money to make the shop worthwhile. But we have no key. Got no yabe. Alright, we get a Tears upgrade here with eye drops. And yeah, it's not my favorite, but we'll take Succubus here. If anything, it's just to lock down the devil deal here. I would rather take Succubus, which is not a bad item, of course. It's the thing here. Here's the thing I don't like about Succubus. It costs 2 HP. That's the big thing. I think that it's overpriced for what it does. Incubus is a different story. I think Incubus at costing 2 is fine. But Succubus, I think it's debatable. So we're not going to be able to go into the shop here unless we can get Dad's key from Dead Sea Scrolls, which is probably not going to happen. Crack the skizzle, yeah. But for what she does though, Succubus is great. I just think she costs a little bit too much HP. So it's definitely not worth it for us to go into the curse room right now. Funny game. Great snipe there by Loki's horns. Now sometimes on a very rare occasion, and I mean very rare, Dead Sea Scrolls can give you the Book of Revelations. And if you use it, it does indeed cause the horsemen to show up. So, not necessarily what we want. It can use the D6 sometimes, which is kind of nice. But the Dead Sea Scrolls is a very... It can use Data Miner too, which is not what you want. So, and I'm happy with what we've gotten out of the Dead Sea Scrolls, but I'm ready to move on. I would love to get a red candle here, a blue candle, something like that would be nice. Notched axe. I mean, notched axe would make sure that we don't need bombs, I guess. It also allows us to pick up stuff at range. It also gives us the ability to get into secret rooms and super secret rooms for free. Kind of like that. And in a bind, we can use it for damage. It's just not something that's I would consider to be optimal. And yes, if you want to do theoretically, you could go around and destroy the mushrooms, but I don't recommend it. You're asking to get hit by bad gas. Hey, there we go. All right, that's all I wanted. Just, Soul Heart or 2. I'll take 1. That's fine. Now, the more damage that we get, the more base damage that we get here. Well, we're gonna get Pestilence anyway. Lucky us. The more base damage we get here, the more damage that Succubus is going to do. So, damage upgrades are always important, but even better on Succubus. And we can also just stand in that aura to try to get a little bit more juice out of our DPS. We did get another devil deal here, but did we though? Great block by Cube of Meat. I didn't think that was going to hit there. It's like we can burst these skulls here without having to worry about using bombs. And the head of Krampus, you know what? I'm going to pass. I think I'm going to give the Notched Axe a chance here to shine. And what's nice about the Notched Axe is that it only uses up some of the durability on a secret room if and only if you actually find the secret room. So notice how it's not costing us anything on the action, on the active item there. You need to chill out, Larry. Going a little aggressive there. I don't like that. Infamy, another defensive item, gives us 50% chance to block something from the front. I don't know if that's further enhanced by your luck rating or not. Obviously, we don't have a lot of luck ratings, so. No, you can stay there. I heard Succubus owning things up there. That's fine. But here's the Notched Axe. We can actually do this, and we can grab things from range. As you see, anything that's in the axe's range there, we can totally get. Okay, well, you know what? Screw me, I guess. Gonna be Chub. Big Chub. Not the item, but it's the biggest of Chubs. Big Chub. There you go. Enjoy the poison bomb. Get another Devil Deal on more HP, but did we though? Okay, 2 Devil Deals in a row of being nothing. Like a Krampus fight, I can understand. Fine, let's pay the Krampus tax. Let's get the H out of there. But giving us a Krampus fight and then also giving us a 3 red chest run, a room, is unacceptable. Also, this damage is also that we're taking is unacceptable. And speaking of damage, we need to start getting damage upgrades here. We're going to be falling behind very, very, very quickly. That was saved only by Cuban meat. Succubus doing a good job weakening everything. We only have 1 key for now. Reverse Sun card doesn't really do anything for us here. I'm going to hold on to the Strength card. There wasn't even a key in the shop. There's Yabe. Yeah, Mushroom is going to give us a damage down, but obviously big time tears up here and a movement speed up, which I will take. We are flying through this run, surprisingly, just given the fact that we don't have a crazy amount of damage here. Skin Out Mushroom gives us a massive tears up and also movement speed up, but it also gives us a damage down multiplier. But the trade-off there is that it also gives us, it breaks the tears cap. So we are not beholden to our usual tears cap. And that combined with eye drops means that our tears cap has been raised significantly to, I think, about 7.5. So more tears ups the better, but we need damage. We need big time damage here. Oh, 4 Devil Deals in a row. But did we though? Forget Me Now may give us, we might want to go for this. Double boss rush, we might have to. That's kind of unreal that we got 4 Devil Deals in a row, but none of them were worth taking. Outside of Succubus. And even then, Succubus is not my favorite. So this is what we call kind of a long shot here with this play for Forget Me Now. Because what we have to do is we've got to get boss rush done, beat mom, use the Forget Me Now, and then we got to do it again. That's the only way that this is going to be worth it for us. I don't know what happened there. Ice Cube is fine. So if this works out, it's going to be a fantastic play. If it doesn't, it's going to be not a terrible play because it's still... It's, you know, we lose Notched Axe. I like Notched Axe, but it's certainly not an S tier item. We have no keys. We have no way of getting into the shop. Here's our item room, but we have no way of getting in there either. And I'm trying to stay in the Succubus aura as much as I can to get the damage, the most damage that we can possibly get out of these tiers right now. No keys again. But we gotta hope that the boss rush is worth it. So I don't care about the shop right now because we just don't have enough money, and there's a good possibility that we'll run into a greed fight in there right now. Host had another defensive item, which it's like, okay, we got defensive items, but we need offense here. That's the crux of our issues right now. And we don't need a full card. That's the thing. We've already found everything we need to on this floor. We don't need a full card because we have Forget Me Now. But with no effective damage upgrades other than SMB Superfan, we're not in a good spot here. Now, Host Hat obviously gives us explosion immunity, which is good. It doesn't give us healing like Pyromaniac does, but it does give us explosion immunity. Nice little shot there by Ice Cube. Acclaimed War of the Worlds actor Ice Cube. Yeah, this floor just keeps on going. Ice Cube absolutely went ham in here. Yeah, so we've got to book it. I mean, really book it here against Mom. Gonna be Red Mom, which is not a good fight for us at all. Especially if speed is on the mind here. Yeah, this is our damage. This is pretty pathetic damage here. Flawless so far, I'm Red Mom. Okay, I'm going to take the damage first. We did not get a Devil Deal. Boss Rush doesn't give us really anything. I might take the 120 volt. Then we just got to do it again. Yes, the Book of Revelations was there, but if we take the Book of Revelations, that doesn't... Wait. Wait, excuse me? We don't have the 120... No, I picked that up, game. No. You're telling me that because I used Forget Me Now and Isaac didn't put the item down, it didn't give me the item? No. That's not happening. If people want to get mad about what I just did there, get mad. But no. That's ridiculous. That you can pick up an item, but it doesn't give you the item until it completes the animation. No. I'm not going to be made a fool of, game. So this only works here if and only if we get the second boss rush. And we've got to find the Fool card now. 120 volts going to be a big help for us. We do have enough for a shop here, but we got to find the Fool card because we've got to get out of that boss rush. .120 volts going to produce an electric attack that will kick in when we're in close range. And the Fool card was right next to the boss door, so we might have a chance of doing this, and that would be a huge, huge play. Okay, we got our Fool card. Once we get through, if we can get this boss rush, we can relax. It's going to be Blue Mom, which is also, again, not a fantastic fight for us. But at least the negative gave us a little bit of damage upgrades. Just a tad, and that's... Base damage is what we need. That's going to increase the effectiveness of Succubus. It's going to increase the effectiveness of our clearing power and overall our safety. Excellent. That was beautiful. And Guppy's Collar and Sulfur. I'm going to take both here. And there you go. What a play that was. We get Cricket's head, and now we can sit back and relax a little bit. That was an absolute huge gamble. Not really a gamble, because we didn't lose anything of value, really. We lost the notched axe. That's not a big deal. But that is such a... That was a perfect execution on what we needed to do. And, of course, it's a greed fight. But that was something that we absolutely needed in this run. And the fact that we were able to pull it off is incredible. We can keep the strength card for another devil deal. It's weird. I saw the smoke puff over there, so. And we also have sulfur now, which is going to help us out with bosses. So that was an absolutely almost perfect execution of the plan there. The second boss rush really turned this one around here. And let's not forget that devil deal. We didn't have sulfur before this, obviously. So us getting sulfur there in that spot made it even more valuable. You know, forget Cricket's head for a second. Yeah. Wait. No. You gotta give some props on that play, on the gambit of going for two boss rushes. Come on now. Come on now. We were suffering through it a little bit. But now Succubus is going to be far greater in its killing potential. 120 volt we can still use for close range. You saw how important having the 120 volt was, and there was no way I was going to let the game screw me out of not getting that. Saving sulfur here for the boss. And it's a good thing too. There you go, got a boosted shot there from Succubus. Get growth hormones, no devil deal surprisingly this time around, but that's a big damage upgrade from growth hormones. There's no reason for us to go in the vault. I'm not going to go into the big room until we have sulfur. By God. By God. You're seeing the multi-directional brimstone there. Kind of doing a little bit of a Krampus's head thing with sulfur and Loki's horns. Checking for secret. I'm checking for tinted rocks right now. Look at that. Succubus able to clear some stuff here. This is basically almost worth just doing in every single big room here with sulfur, because all we have to do is clear one additional room, and then we just have a full charge again. And it makes the big rooms easier, so there's not really a good excuse not to do it. Okay. Okay. It is satisfying when you have bone spurs whenever you fight the egglets, because they kind of lemmings themselves into the bone spurs, and that's it. I gotta say, Ice Cube has been, man, this trinket's been crushing it for us. I didn't think Ice Cube was gonna have that big of an impact, but it definitely has. You know, and shout out to Succubus. Again, I don't mean any Succubus disrespect now. Don't get it twisted. Succubus is a great item. It's just not the item that I want to spend 2 HP for in a devil deal, especially our first one. Super Secret Room is there. We could try to play for a Soul Heart here. Hermit card. Emperor card would be even better. No payout. I'm going to hold on to the Strength card just in case we get a devil deal here, and then most likely we'll be taking the Hermit card for maybe a big teleport to Blue Baby. You saw the multi-directional use there. Did get a devil deal, so I can use my strength card maybe, and yeah, I'm going to. A Twisted Pair. We still maintain our Eternal Heart here, so that's fine, and then we can take the Hermit card and hope that it takes us to Blue Baby. A one-way ticket to Blue Baby. We're not fighting Old Hushy. Twisted Pair is going to help us out greatly here. Especially when we actually proc Sulfur, and obviously we're going to be saving Sulfur for bosses. I swear on everything, I did not see him get that shot off. He must have got that blue fire off right as he died. Crazy timing. Haven't seen a lot of tinted rocks in this run. Certainly could use some HP here. Now, giving up the Satanic or the Book of Revelations was a gamble, because we definitely would be in a lot better spot HP wise, but then we wouldn't have Sulfur, and we absolutely would not have Cricket's body or Cricket's head. Really, really hoping that we find at least a couple tinted rocks here. We've had a lot of bombs in this run. You need to chill, bro. And I think we just let Succubus take this one out for us. There we go. Got a Yave. I didn't think the Super Secret Room was there, but I figured I'd try it. Again, this is another succubus room. We don't have to rush through these. It's preferable that we don't. Get one of our soul hearts back. I'll take it. Take a peek. Nothing doing in there. Super secret room might be in here. It could have been, but it's not. But it could have been. Get a little bit of extra damage there from Succubus. Yeah, it should be here. If it's not here, then I don't know. Super secret room, and has a whole bunch of hearts in it. And yeah, we'll take that. So we'll take the bone heart after the soul hearts this time around, so we can protect the soul hearts. I think Bone Spurs just stopped all those Ipecac shots. Sure. Might be able to get something good out of this. Even if it's just a regular HP upgrade, that'd be fine. It's a reverse Emperor card, which doesn't actually do anything for us. I mean, it gives us an extra boss, but it doesn't do anything here on this floor. Yeah, it just takes us all the way back to the beginning. So just thought I'd show that just in case you didn't believe me. If we had another bone heart, I would go into the curse room, but there's not really a reason to at this point. We only have one Guppy item. We have one Leviathan item. And here's to hoping that we get a good teleport with the Hermit card. Had to survive some early jitters here in this run, but the absolutely the play of the day was the double boss rush. And seeing that as a possible play and strategy was huge. Big time big. So let's hope for a good teleport to send us off here on a good Tuesday. It was a little rough. It was a little rough early on. Get Birdcage. The wafer's massive. And Worm Buddy! Come on down, Worm Buddy. The wafer is going to give us essentially double HP. Hey, Worm Buddy, go. Yeah, we just stood right in his face. Didn't even care. It doesn't look like the Hermit card brought us anywhere where we needed to go. It was a good try. The 120 volt absolutely nuking everything now. This one doesn't really warrant a sulfur play. Black Widows are pretty weak. I'm not too worried about them. That blue aura that you see around Isaac, that is the result of us having the wafer, by the way. BT dubs. And this was all in the wrong direction. Thank you, Hermit card. How does he do it? How does he do it? All right, let's go to the real side of the map now. I want to take Death out here ASAP. Good block there by, at least I think that was a block by a Cube of Meat. Yeah, Whipworm. I like Whipworm, but right now, Ice Cube has done way more than Whipworm ever could. And Awaz, which does not help us out on this floor. Although it would be nice if you could spawn crawl spaces inside of the chest. But it just don't work like that. I didn't even see that was Little Horn there. It's kind of invisible there. Worm Buddy doing some overtime here. As a rainbow champion. Look at that. We get ourselves a Soul of Apollyon to close it out here. And yeah, that's a good finish. Good finish to a run that was a little bit shaky, but we had lots of opportunities and took it. And then again, that play with the you gotta give some love for the double boss rush. That was one of the most clutch double boss rushes that we've ever had, ever. I will take it. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video and love the strategy here today, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. If you made it all the way here, it means you got to enjoy something about my videos. And if you do, why don't you subscribe? We do daily content every single day here in The Binding of Isaac and other games. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hyping. Here's your picture of the day submitted here on the Sinvicta subreddit by Economy Owl 6805, who posted this picture of him getting not only winning the metal print, but also a Sinvicta beanie. And also, if you look at the top left on that beanie there, that's the first beanie that I have ever signed. Ever. So I know it's backwards because of the camera, but yeah, so congrats, Economy Owl. Thank you very much for the support on the Twitch Mosh Pit. Thank you again, everyone, for watching. Have a great Tuesday, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like these pages of mine like Dakota Finley, Connor Kellenhofer, and Kipper Slapper. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.